Okay, this is like signs the end of the world in terms of criminality. You're gonna start to see happen based on how demons are made to basically it's called demonic persecution, but they're not persecuting me. It's not real. They're just made to possess humans and animals and pests and do things around me. That's how I learn stuff. It's not real, it's not directed at me. It's just the suffering that is very hard to understand. Right? So I already explained in other episodes, right, what it means and what's going on, and the fact that I'm supernatural and similar to prophets, but I'm not gonna tell you who I am. And yes, I do know who I am. Okay, let's go on, okay? Um, Based on the way demons possess a human, right? And then they do things. Sometimes they project it, right? That you just know what they're telling you they're gonna do in the future, like that. So you're gonna start to see a lot of perverted children come out, more like just day to day. Just it's gonna disrupt society. You're gonna see a lot of perverted teenagers. I already talked about other episodes, right? How teenagers and kids are being possessed to really go and be criminals now, right? Like that chaos. And God already told me what the solution is. We need to have a lot of strict laws about teenagers and children where they can go in public places. We're not supposed to let them mix with adults everywhere because they really are just going to cause problems and cause problems for adults, right? You want to feel safe as an adult, right? You don't want kids being around you in those places like that. And we have evil humans, right? Evil parents, right? So they're going to obviously not supervise the kids and it causes problems like that. So I know the solutions, right? But I'm not going to tell you now. Okay. We're going to start to see a lot of teenagers, to some degree females, the ones who are evil, right? 12, 13, 14, 15. Um, they're evil, okay? They're perverted, nasty, filthy children. They're going to go and try to portray you as a pervert or a stalker. You're just in public. You're just minding your business. But they'll just turn around like they're scared to death. Like that. What? You know what I mean? And they'll just keep turning their neck, and then run. They'll run. Like that, as if you were actually a creep, literally following a child, okay? So, this is because everyone, demons accuse prophets of being, demons created these fake characters of prophets that go after children. So, you're going to start to see whatever accusations were made about God and prophets, you're going to start to see them happen to you, regular humans, okay? Whatever they were accused of, you're going to be accused of it. So, you're going to see then how it happened to prophets. Humans like that who are possessed, who are crazy, who don't even know you. Their demon just says, I'm going to come to this earth. I'm going to possess that teenager over there. I'm going to intentionally make sure they walk in front of you, this grown adult. So I don't want you to think the kid was just accidentally there. But right now, evil entered them. No, 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 no. Intentionally, demons will do witchcraft to certain human beings like you. And they're going to intentionally make humans, right, possessed by themselves. They're going to possess those humans, and the demon is actually looking for you in that city. So they're going to bring teenagers to your environment, even in places they don't belong. They're going to bring children to your environment. See, I don't want you to think they're just there, but the bad teenagers are just doing bad things. No, no, no. Demons are stalking some humans to do such a thing. It's just not permanent stalking. You're not being persecuted. No, just a demon simply, right, wants to do that to the world. So the kid and the teen is not appearing normally. But then, right, an evil intention entered them. No, they're looking for you. They know you're going to walk or drive by that road, okay? And they're going to make sure that human pops by and they're possessing them. So it's not even the human. The demon is possessing and doing the behavior. And they're possessing their face. So don't ever care about their face. Just act dumb when they act like that, okay? Just act like you don't even see them. Just act dumb, okay? Don't ever act like, what did you just... Don't react, okay? This is not humans. A lot of them are dead. These humans have died somehow. Okay, very dangerous predator like children and teenagers will pop up. But now, instead of just being criminals, right, chaos, stealing, they're going to try to accuse normal people, usually adults, of being predators to them. You know, the typical pervert that goes after kids. They're going to try to accuse you of that. And therefore, they're going to disrupt society. They're going to make our world very unsafe. You can't even just mind your business now. They're stalking you, get it? That teenager's stalking you. That kid is stalking you. They intentionally entering the sidewalk. They don't even probably live there. And they're going to stare at you, look at you as if they're saying, I'm scared of you. Are you following me? And they're going to run. And you're thinking, whoa, my Lord, what's going on? Oh my God, what did that kid just portray me like, huh? I was just, this is my house, this is my side, this is where I live, like that. Okay, so accusation will now involve humans being accused of being perverts, but specifically by kids and teenagers, but then not just random, right? Not just, right, you just saw them and they retaliated maybe because of something. They're going to follow you. Demons want to set good people up. So that's why their power is dangerous. Possessing people is a dangerous power. So that's why prophets have to be supernatural and get rid of demons. That's why prophets are always coming back, like Mahdi in the future, because they need to get rid of these demons, okay, who are possessing these teenagers, children, adult males and females, animals and pests, and setting you up. So this is what the demonic persecution is for. God makes humans get possessed by demons like this. The teenagers just walk by in the city. The children, I don't understand how they're allowed to be in these places, right? And then I say to myself, what? Why is that kid here? What? And God tells me, this is what demons want to use them for. So I get to see something before it becomes a problem, okay? One way they'll try to accuse you is these children will try to run towards you and touch you. Sometimes their parents are right next to them. When I'm in public places, I see parents not supervising their kids because they're evil and they intentionally are possessed to look for innocent people to accuse. And their demon possesses them to make them, right, appear around me so then their kid can act like it's normal to be there too. And then they tell their kid to run towards me or right bother me, or their demon just possesses the kid. And then the parent is right there. Instead of helping me and saying to their kid, hey, stop, come back, they just let their kid run towards me and try to touch me. So these are perverts. But now, finally, God is going to use that to show you human beings that, yes, children are also evil. They're not, evil doesn't come to you when you're older. It's also when you're young. Okay? So it's just your way as human beings to just have more confirmation. Well, yeah, you know about prisons and jails have one that's set up for teens, right? And children. I know, but do you necessarily then connect it to just that they're just like adults, that there's evil in them? No, right? You don't necessarily think half of them are evil or more, right? Like that. You're going to start to realize, wait a minute. They have consciousness. They're very evil too. And they're capable of doing things that only a mature mind can do. Because how can you accuse someone? How do you even know what you're accusing them of? Who taught you? Who taught you those words, right? Who taught you those? What are you, you get me? You're all going to start to be like, whoa, they're very mature. Who taught that girl how to make that story up? Whoa, you get me? Like that. And exactly, they're going to target adults is my point. Because technically kids already target each other. They bully each other. See, you don't think that's a big deal, right? You think that's just what evil is. It doesn't affect you. Exactly. That's why none of us are affected by it too much. Because we think we're mature, we're adults, they're scared of us. Okay, but these are not humans, these are demons. So they're gonna come, right? Demons are adults. They're gonna come in. God has also guided me that demons are just, since everything is nature, right? Male, female, unrelated, mixing, not too old, not too young, right? Difference of age. God has taught me that since that's the same for prophets, right? There has to be women prophets, obviously. There has to be angels that are female. Like that, everything has to have male, female. Otherwise, that's disrupting God's nature. Correct? You all agree with me. God didn't create only males and only females. That's weird. Okay. So same for demons. Since they have males and females, it's not rational for them to increase in number unless they have children too. So I believe those human beings, when they're possessed and you're telling their demon to get out and they act like a kid, I think those are demons who are small kids. Okay? That's what I've learned. That they're actually children, that they're actually teenagers, who are spirits. Demon just means bad, but spirits, I believe, are actually different ages like us. And the younger spirits are possessing, therefore, the humans who, even though they're an adult, why the spirit possessing them doesn't act mature to you. You feel like they're possessing someone. They act like a child. They irritate you. They're so chaotic and annoying, and there you go. I always told God, what is going on? I see some people possess their demon. When I tell them to leave in the name of God Almighty, they're very mature, right? Very mature. But then some human over their face, their neck just turns like a crazy kid. And they're just chaotic. Whoa, a demon is an adult. Why would you act like that? correct? You just act like a bad adult as a spirit. So I think they have children that are possessing humans and animals and pests, and they're the ones who then act chaotic. Like I've seen children get possessed, and they are just, it's so creepy. They don't stop moving, they don't stop stomping. But see, you guys think they're just playing. I can see that's a kid that's possessed that moment. They don't stop running in the building. No one knows how to shut them up like that. I don't think an adult is possessing them all the time. Sometimes it's a child that's also a demon possessing them, because then it fits even more. They're so chaotic. You don't know how to stop them. They're annoying, you know. So that's another thing, okay? Being guided too. What else was I saying? So yeah, you're gonna start to see teenagers and adults trying to accuse normal, healthy adults of being perverts and stalkers, and they're the ones stalking you rather than just simply accusing you. No, the first they actually stalked you first. They learned your pattern, or a demon just simply told them where to go. So it's not always like they actually picked on you like that. A demon actually told them, "Can I use your body?" And the kid or the teenager says, "Sure." Like that, they just give them the evil idea. Okay, they come outside, and then the demon tells them where to go. You see what I mean? They tell them, "Go this side. No, go this sidewalk. No, no, don't cross the road today. That's your bus stop for your school bus. Instead, go through this building." Okay, stop like that. They're talking to these kids and they're telling them what to do. Right? They possess. That's what possession means. They're telling them what to do. Okay, they're inspiring them, and then boom, now you're there. You see, and now they tell. See, they didn't know you were gonna be there. They just knew something evil, right, was coming over them, right? Evil emotions and thoughts, evil intent, and an evil entity was telling them, okay, but now when they see a human like you, an adult, now, see, in order for it to be their sin, God has to make everything about human intent, right? No one's going to put you in hell for what you didn't intend. Now the human is given a choice, obviously. The demon tells them, can you pretend to be scared of that adult as if they're a pervert or creep or stalker that moment? Even if a human is evil, right? But right, they're innocent that moment. They're not stalking or being a creep or bothering anyone, or actual good people. That's even more evil now to accuse them like that. Now the demon gives them the suggestion to pretend to be scared and run. Okay? And there you go. It's always going to be public, everybody. So one, it's easy for you to protect yourself because you're in public, right? You just act dumb, move away, talk to someone randomly, just act like you never saw that kid being staring at you like that. Just look somewhere else, wait for the traffic to stop, and just go. Don't ever turn back and look at that. Don't waste your energy, right? You're not gonna see it every day, obviously, right? Usually it's gonna be places where you would say there's apartments, right? Kids actually can come out of their homes versus cities, you know? Obviously, there's just us, usually adults, that walk around cities and downtown. We could care less about seeing crazy things, usually that place. It's these sort of quieter neighborhoods, right? These places where there's apartments, places you know families live. And there you go. That's how God guided me, that we should separate families from adults. We should separate minors, right, teenagers, and then children from adults. We should never let them mix in certain environments, right? Because there you go. There's a threat, and we don't want the evil adults bothering them, and we don't want the evil teenagers and children bothering us. It's that simple, and bothering those adults also, right? But it's also because it's not comfortable. What is the nature of a teenager and a child, right? They're young, right? So they're loud, they're annoying. They have qualities we don't have. We're older now, right? So we don't want chaos. We want calm, mature adults like us sitting there with us in that place that we're all having fun. Like that. Just like you don't let minors enter a club. Like that. Even though a club is sinful. Just just that decency you all have to separate children from you and teenagers like that. We're gonna have to apply that to places that right now they're mixed. Just like you go to a mall, and there you go, there's a women's store, and then there's a teen center, teen section, right? And then a children's section, like that. Instead of sections, just give them their own store. You know, separate them from us, so I don't have to walk around that mall and this kid is running around trying to bother me. And at some point, it's not a kid that's just chaotic. At some point, it's a pervert trying to touch you. And no, we're not giving you chances, because an adult, I can beat you up and we can argue and we can move on. It's more comfortable for us, but it's not comfortable to start verbally attacking a perverted kid. Everyone's gonna start to, who's evil that moment, accuse you, and we don't want that nonsense for us. Correct? I told you already, God, in order to, in other episodes, he likes to protect us. These things are very dangerous, obviously, and they would destroy society and humanity. He doesn't really give demons the power to do this left and right. So it's just the chaos that starts when a prophet is about to appear, which is Prophet Mahdi. They're the last prophet, unless they tell you someone else is coming. And yes, Jesus will come back, but they're not your prophet, you know? They're already a prophet that was accomplished. They've already completed their mission. They're going to come back to something else. But when we say prophet, we mean like who's actually the leader, correct? You would all agree Jesus was a leader. He's not a new leader. That's what I mean. So in terms of who God is going to send you, okay, that's Mahdi. So you have to listen to them, okay? And then Jesus will return like that. First, this prophet has to get rid of the injustice, the chaos, the evil. You get me? They're actually the one who will fix the problem, not Jesus. So you can't keep being like he's our savior. No, Mahdi's your savior because Mahdi's going to get rid of all the problems, not Jesus. Okay, so both of them are going to be here. Then you might be like, what's the purpose of Jesus coming back? Exactly. Completely other reasons that are spiritual. It's other cool things, okay? Yay. So, right? But this prophet is going to have some time, you get me, some years to actually get rid of all the problems, the spiritual and the physical, such as these things I keep telling you are signs of the end of the world, the evil things you'll start to see and the calamities you'll start to see. They're going to, right, teach you the solutions because God will teach them, right? So either way, God is the one helping us. So what else? Right? We should build specific malls just specifically for children, just specifically for teenagers, just specifically amusement parks and fun places just for that age group and their families. See how logical that is? So they're always going to be supervised because it's literally for children. How can children enter a mall by themselves? See how rational it is? They have no choice now as adults to always occupy that building, right, that they're going to, always with the kids that they're supervising. They can't just sit there as adults that are parents, and they can't just send their kids to it because it's a fun mall for kids. No, because the whole purpose is to separate them from adults. It's their place to have fun as kids, right? And over there, teenagers, right? And they need supervision. So it's really for who? Families. So we need malls, schools, everything you could think of that society likes to share in this society, right? That's sort of like infrastructure. We need a place just for sorry, my words are being ruined. Just for families, and then a place just for us adults. 18 and above. See how comfortable that would be to walk around a mall just seeing adults all day. You can do whatever you want. It's so comfortable. You don't have to see that gigantic family with 7 kids trying to go to the restroom the same time as you. Where should I go? You're so uncomfortable. We don't hate each other, but it's just human decency. Just as we give women their own little section of that clothing store and children their own section. Are we hating each other when we do that? Are we separating and segregating? No, right? It's just humanity. We already live in this world together, correct? But we need our own space. But also because we live in a world that's evil, and evil humans exist in the children, in the teen, and in the adult. So we're not going to let them just mix with us as if it's not a big deal, We can deal with adults, but we don't want to deal with teens and kids. That's not good, okay? Let their parents be with them and families be with them. And if kids then fight, who cares? No one cares if kids fight, right? But we don't want kids accusing adults. We don't want a perverted kid running to the bathroom and one person is there that's an adult that moment. And we don't want that uncomfortableness. Separate them from us. Now they can't harm them. The evil adults, right, can never go and try to go to Walmart. And this little kid that, right, is just going with this predator. Hey, do you want some candy? Let's go. And they just go. No, you see, because we're not even allowing children and their families to come to the malls and the Walmarts and the grocery stores that we adults go to. See how smart it is? It also gets rid of exactly the crime or the evil against children, whether it's considered crime or not. So you see, it helps us with everything. It gives us peace. It gives us comfort. It gives us that sort of, what's that word? what's the opposite of chaos? It gives us basically calm, instead of chaos, because they bring chaos as children and teenagers, especially bad teenagers. You know how they are when they enter a mall. There's so many of them. 4, 5, 6, 7 will go to the mall together, and it's just so annoying for us because it's not five calm, gently walking adults, right? That's the thing about being an adult. Even if they're evil, they walk calmly. But young people, when they're evil, okay, they express it more, so they're more chaotic. So even though they're just shopping that moment, it doesn't matter. They just no, no, no. They're just yelling and on their phone and taking selfies. No, have your own teen mall and leave us alone. I want to sit here, have a coffee, get on my laptop and write maybe for my blog like that. Let us have our peace. And all the adults are calm and mature, and of course we should have security and smart systems so that exactly then the perverts, the evil of other types of adults, then don't bother the other adults. But see, you're adult. You get me? You can handle it. Two, the other thing we should do is have certain rules, right? In all these places that humans share, right? Like public spaces, like safety, like what you can do if you feel unsafe, right? So that we don't even have human beings dealing with the one that's creeping them out. It's like you just get to move away. You get to find a nice spot like that. And that you're only allowed to, right, say something about a human when there's obviously a visible evidence. Because, right, if humans just simply say, oh, I feel scared, I feel uncomfortable, right, which is what has happened to Africans, specifically the ones here, right, African Americans, all these years, right? Oh, I'm scared. Then that's it. They just simply have to say they're scared, and that person goes to prison. Where's your evidence they did anything, right? So that, you see what I mean? That manipulative way, European humans, specifically the Caucasians in the United States, that's who they are. They just like to call themselves Americans, so we don't remember who they are in history. They're Caucasian ethnicity. They like to, right, call cops and just be like, I'm simply scared, right? I'm just like that. Do we want that happen? Imagine if that happened to adults and children and just humans overall. Because that's one area, right? It's just racism. But imagine if it happened in other areas of day-to-day existence. Your coworkers did that. Your customers did that. Your family did that. Strangers of all types of demographics, children, teenagers, the opposite gender. Everyone did that in every environment. Wouldn't we all perish? We'd actually die. All of us would die together. Because exactly, how many people are you going to take to prison? And many you're going to shoot accidentally. Like, that is so dumb. So God likes to show us, right, how evil is. At some point, evil is manipulative. It's not easy to see it. So we should create ways to prevent it from even thinking it can come out and terrorize us. See, smart, right? Prevention. We don't create ways for it to enter that environment. Some creep is sitting there, they're truly staring at this female. He's 50 or 40 and she's 18. Okay, or 20 or 30. Or maybe same age, it doesn't matter. And there you go. But technically they're a creep if they're more than 5 years older than each other, right? Because that's a perversion. You can't be that. Okay, I already talked about another episode. And the minimum age that God taught me, right, for a romantic relationship is you have to be 18, the one who's the youngest. That doesn't mean that you can be with someone maximum 5 years younger than you, because then that's a child now, right? Going down from 18 is like a 13 or something year old, like that. No, it means exactly you can only be 18 and up to 5 difference from that person. But then other people can be, right, more than 5 years age difference than each other, maximum, up, going up and going down, as long as the one younger, right, doesn't go to below 18, you know. So, and then there you go, that age healthy gap. Duh, there's evil humans in them who now are being a creep to you. So it's not age perversion, right? It's not perversion because they're too old, right, or too young, but it could be because they're just simply a pervert. Okay, so all types of perversion. Okay, I just like to give you an example. All types of perverts, right? Whatever the perversion is coming from, and that human who's a pervert to you because they're too old or too young. See, I didn't say too old only. I said too young, because young people also, those perverts like to bother adults or those older. even those ones, right, that are being a pervert, and we can identify specifically because they're so old, right, or so young, compared to this person, is also just simply a pervert, you know? So even someone their same age group, exactly, they're still a pervert to that person. I don't want you to just think it's just the age, that's making it perversion. No, first they're pervert. Pervert is just a character, You're just acting perverted to people, okay. You just have evil, creepy intention, okay, but like that, at some point is because they're so young and so old also, like that keyword also. And at some point is the same gender, okay, also like that. So, like that. We also need to protect ourselves from human beings who are the same gender. So that's actually how LGBT gets away with living. No one kills them or puts them in prison, right? Because they act like they just go after each other. Okay, but at some point, evil will reach a point where they try to harass normal people who are not like them, right? So like that. So we just need rules and laws and morality in a smart way, you know? We just don't allow evil to have a chance. So yeah, that moral, right? Just for those, since evil is still there, we need to create ways where humans can just move away and someone's always there. They don't have to specifically be like, that creep was watching me, because we don't want then that situation that was truthful, the evil one to now be like, that was easy, it was just words, and now accuse you of being a creep that was watching them. You get me? So it's like we want people to just know, protect themselves, move away, have smart places. People just know they're uncomfortable. It's like the hint is, okay, but that's it. We don't allow them to say it. We don't allow people to, right, take it to third parties unless they have evidence like that. We don't want that. So that then we protect the innocent. See, but we still protected them. See how smart it is? We didn't say, oh, we don't have evidence, go sit down. No, that's great. Only evil does that. We're good, right? No, like that. We create ways. But we just protect each other. We just know. You know what? Are you okay? Yeah, good. Like that. But that evil human now can't be like, oh, I felt anxious to sit there. Sorry. I don't want to tell you someone was bothering me. I don't want to accuse people. But, I just want to sit here. Yeah, it's nice to see you. I'll just sit here. Okay, thanks. I just feel uncomfortable sitting there. Yeah, thanks. We don't want that creep that talks like that. I've seen humans who talk like that. It's so irritating. Usually the female talks like that. Very manipulative. I can't stand that. And that was a normal person minding their business that she's accusing or he's accusing like that. We can't let that happen. We just simply give them a chance to sit in places where they have enough personal space distance, right? And we don't make people face each other in those places humans sit and eat and like that. We need to place these chairs and everything in a way that's comfortable, is safe, is natural, and everyone, right, a huge crowd, each have their own nice space, yes, but then they're still together because, yeah, we don't want people isolated. That's how we protect each other, right? We need groups to be there. There you go. The group is important, dynamic. But exactly, then we want everyone to have their own little space, okay? So, right, you have a couch here. There should be distance and then another couch like that. There should be a nice table and a chair here. You're working on your computer, right? This coffee shop, but then there should be some nice gap and then another table and and chair. You know what I mean? Like that. Instead of the way, right? Humans are just made to sit all in one bench. Hell no. You know what I mean? We need to give people their own space and not make strangers sit in one chair, one bench or one long couch. No, that's how creeps come in and get close to you. You know? No. Everyone needs to have their own nice little cool spot. The group is conscious of each other. They observe, they know everyone's safe, good. This person, they can still use their eyes to stare at you, right? This person gets up, goes somewhere else, great. But we don't teach them to then just go and tell us or tell that cop or no, because that's not rational. We don't want then the evil one to just do that and tell the cop, also the security, the mall manager, and now good people are accused of filthy things. We just simply give them a way to protect themselves and get away. And we're observant. We teach the employees to be observant. We teach each other to be observant. But if you don't make portraying the crime of a human, if you don't make it into words, but you make it into something you can prove, then it protects the innocent. But if you make it easy to just say it, right? Oh, that creep was staring at me. Then anyone can say that creep was staring at me. So let's stop the words. Let this person gather evidence like we tell them when they want to file a lawsuit or something. Don't we tell people? We don't discredit them, right? When they tell us they're victimized at a job or something. But what do we say to them? Document. So yeah, even if they're thinking, I'm not letting that creep get away with this. I'm not gonna just think, I'm gonna make sure someone kicks you out of this mall. Fine, but then document. Show us a way that they were staring at you. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you just move away. Just gather the evidence. Maybe they come there repeatedly and watch you like that. Record the time. They're just like that. You have cameras now, but you're not gonna point it at their face like that. The cameras that don't point at their face, and the creep thinks they're getting away with it. Maybe you put the camera on your laptop at the backside, and it's recording them staring at you like that. We just want humans to be smart. Now the evil one cannot accuse. Because exactly, it's not easy. It's not just simply saying words. Right? There you go. Governments need to be destroyed the way they are now. That's what Mahdi will do, right? Bring God's own laws to you, God's courts to you. But before that, I want you humans to, right? Already you've been doing that. Just start thinking about it, right? They always say things like, oh, a cop should not go if they just hear words. Because people lie. I know, but you don't know what's happening, right? That's why they do a good job if they still just want to visit you. Even if you were calling them for something dumb, right? Oh, that's like that. Dumb reasons that you don't call 911. Still, the fact that this government believes the cops should still just check on you is a good thing, right? Because we actually want evidence that everything's fine. But then there should be that structure that he cannot do anything without evidence, you know? She cannot do anything without evidence. That human can't just get you arrested because they simply said you were doing ABC. We still have to tell them to document. We still like that. Right? If they were really a threat to you, there you go. It doesn't mean that cop now, the way we train them in the future is going to be bad. You just now get killed 5 hours after they left. No. Exactly, because we're still doing that prevention. Right? The cop will act covert with you. They'll act like they're your friend or something. Hey, what's up? Like that, maybe take you somewhere else. Just drive around like you'll stand there. Not in their car. That's creepy. We want protection for you from them too. You just go somewhere else. Again, public place. Or maybe you call them and it's your home. Like that. We just want this human, just like an employee at a mall, right? The way they make you feel safe. They just, right, go somewhere else, right of that mall. They walk with you like that, right? Or they just simply hint at you to just come to their front desk like that. We just want people to be with you. That third parties. Okay, now you move away. The psychology of evil is that the evil creep will still be there. The evil human will still hang around. Right in their mind, you're gonna come back, right? That's your neighborhood or something. And now that cop, that human has evidence like that. We need to set them up. God has taught me many solutions. By making humans who are possessed, who have, right, those psychologies, right, of criminality, predatory, just their psychology, the way they hide, they're very covert. All they do is covert. They just stalk me, or they come to these public places. They look like normal people having fun and on their computers, but no, they're not. They're possessed to stalk me. So that's then how I learn how I can set them up. But since they're so covert, because we humans don't need help, technically, right? When it comes to what we need help from God from, on how to stop direct, obvious crime. We see it with our own eyes, right? We need help from things that we can't see with our own eyes. We don't know how to prove criminals. We don't know how to prove domestic violence happened. Right? Because you weren't there when they were beating this person up. We just need help to stop the other type of evil God created, the one that likes to hide. We don't have evidence. People tell you, well, there's nothing we can do for you. They're not necessarily hurting you, right? But then they leave. And now something bad happened to the person like that. We need to be smart and take people away from the environment. Take them away, even if it's some. There you go. I've thought of the fact that we need to build. Not only do we need to build these places for homeless and others, but we need to take people to other places. You know, they just stay there until that situation is resolved. They don't have to be in that neighborhood anymore. So yeah, what else? So yeah, I've thought of many things. I'm giving you the hint, but I'm not telling you what we're gonna do because it should be a secret. It's all right. What else? you're going to start to see a lot of animals. It's like they're hinting to you or telling you they need your help because, yeah, it's their sort of, I don't know what they have. For us, we call it humanity, right? It's their right version of their own animal selves saying to you, this human that's with them, right, that calls them a pet, even though they're not a pet. We're going to get rid of things like that, obviously. And the word owner. They, right? And we need to give animals their own places to live. We're going to build for them these places to live. And pests and humans are going to stop stealing their land. So they basically asking you for help because that human is abusing them. But then demons, God will show me they can pretend to be that way, and they're lying. They will possess an animal, and they possess them to look at me, and I get these evil witchcraft done on me that makes it seem as if they're saying to me, "Help me." It's not them. um, see, everybody? Do you see what's going on? Because a demon is possessing a dog, a cat, an animal to accuse that innocent human also. I swear to God, these demons are filthy as they want to just be evil, right? But then accuse those who are not evil of that because they want you to get punished. They want you to die. They want you to suffer like them. You know, instead of just being evil, and that's what we have to deal with them, all right? Or just have to get rid of them and stuff, which means bad humans when I say demon. Evil humans, just evil as a psychology, they just have this desire that good people who have good character are labeled the qualities of them, the bad ones. You know what I mean? I don't want you to think it's just what evil does. No, they really like it. When they look at you and you're a normal, healthy person, they really are very uncomfortable that they're perverts and you're not. So it's like this huge desire to accuse you because it's like taking away your honor, okay? So it's a big problem. I don't want you to just think it's just a crime. It's a real deal thing for them because the more they accuse normal people, and at some point even evil humans who are just that moment innocent, they feel like they have saved themselves. So that's why they do it, right? No one's gonna look at them. And they're the real perverts, all right? Accusation is gonna be on the rise. And that's what happened to, right, to religion and prophets and God, right? God, when He allowed demons to do evil, to corrupt His religion, right? That's what they do. They just lie. They accuse. They create stories. So the human race will deal with accusation against them, stories against them. You're going to keep seeing people uh, being exposed truly as being predators, usually perversion, but then innocent ones are being accused the next day. An innocent one is being put in prison 50 years. And what? It's like you just don't know how to protect yourself, you know? So even animals will behave in a way that actual victim animals usually behave to alert strangers and others, right, that they need your help. Animals are going to start to try to confuse you and pretend to be needing your help when they don't. They're trying to set you up also because evil also enters them and they get possessed. You're just going to be so confused as the human race, you know? They'll just mimic everything. They'll mimic the person that God wanted you to marry. Someone will enter your life, right? The opposite, normal, healthy age gap, and they'll make it seem as if God sent them to marry you, right? Because you've been praying for your spouse to visit you, right? And they've been praying. They're gonna make it seem as if God sent them, that they're your spouse. No, they're not, right? So it's like demons just want to take the spot, right? That doesn't belong to them. Evil humans, therefore, want to take the spot that doesn't belong to them, and then they want to accuse those that deserve those spots of being exactly the opposite and throw them somewhere else. The evil ones were supposed to be thrown into, right? Singlehood and loneliness and prison and death and right. It's like they just want good people, and then at some point innocent humans in that specific situation, right? Even though somewhere it will be the evil ones, they just want to put you where they normally would have been put in by a society that's very moral. Okay, what else? You guys, forget, I think I already said this. You know what I mean? Because they're possessing animals heavily now and pests with an agenda. Well, they've always been possessing them. It's now going to be exactly the other qualities of perversion, just dirty. Everywhere you go, I see this place that's right. God is using to show me what's going to happen in the future soon in terms of evil, but then also in terms of good. Like that, every grass I walk on has dog feces on it, and it's just dogs versus other animals. Because exactly, usually humans walk with dogs, right? And they're not cleaning after them. So this is going to be the dog and the human that's responsible. You're going to start to see dirty societies from animals, from pests, and then from humans, right? If there's no places near you personally that moment, okay, aren't you going to starve to death? Especially since we don't have a lot of good people that would just buy something for you, you know? And then good people could also be scared to trust you, even though they're a good person. They would buy something for you. Exactly. Aren't the evil ones, the manipulative ones, gonna then pretend to be victims? Exactly. And steal your money. And now you don't want to talk to anyone who says, excuse me, like that. Like that, everyone. So God has obviously guided me then that these places, right, that help the poor or you just as a human need help should be every block from us. The same way a gas station is. The same way these places that are useless to us. They just need us to give them money, right? They're useful when we have money, right? But we wouldn't say they're useful in that sense, right? Because we need money for them to be useful to us. We need to have money. So just as right, they have a use, yes, but just as they're around in a way that then we would say it's useless, right? There's a gas station everywhere. There's a convenience store like that. We need the way that they're so easily available. We need places that help you to also be just like every block, right? And we have enough resources. This earth is wealthy. Do you know how many clothes people have that they don't need? You know how much food we all have that we don't need? You know how much restaurants and all these places, right? So instead of saying, we're going to get a budget and create a nonprofit, no, it's like you're wasting money now, right? You're thinking as a society, oh, where are we going to get all this money to help all these people? No, you don't have to. We, as a human beings, in these countries at least, actually have a lot of food and clothing. Get it from ourselves. Things we don't need. If we just had a way to then recycle, right, and give it to others when we don't need it, because there you go, that place that gives you assistance was just like every gas station nearby. You, one day when you lost your job, and then the real homeless who are like that, because they don't want to have a normal life, they would just go up there and get that nice coat in winter and those clothes and that food. Everything would be so easy, right? And we build places for obviously the person can take care of their hygiene instead of building perverted places by perverts in this world. Like the perverts build perverted places, a shelter, all those places, including they're built like a jail and a prison and a mental hospital, which are evil systems. They're going to be destroyed by Mahdi, and God obviously using them to do this. So God is destroying it. Um, exactly. It should be safe, normal places like your apartment that you can get into privately and take a shower. That should be easily accessible to us. See, do you know why, as a society, you don't have these things the way you can easily access a bench? Why don't we easily access housing? How come we have EBT but we don't have housing just like EBT? Free, right in your face. People don't even know what to do with it. I have a free home. Who wants it? You know why? Because demons know housing is more important than food. I'm not joking. Because you can have food, but you're going to die if you have nowhere to sleep. If there's no roof over your head, especially if it's criminal to just simply to sleep somewhere, right? That's not your home. Okay, and they made that criminal. Right, everyone? But let's say you have a place to sleep. You have your own nice house, but you don't have food. It's easy. Your neighbor does not mind giving you a portion of their food. That's the thing about human beings. It's easy for them to help you with food because food is just easy. It's an object in that sense, right? It's easy to share it. It's easy to go and just simply get food from people if you know them. But where is that people? A community, right? Technically, they know you, so that's why they feel comfortable to give you food, right? But you don't have a community because you're homeless. Do you agree? So that's why the housing is more important. One, you'd have a community. They don't mind sharing food with you. Two, now you have the stability, the safety, the protection, the health, because it obviously impacts your health. You're cold or too hot all the time. You don't have hygiene. You get sick. Your feet get injured. Okay, you're gonna now have a healthy, nice body. Everything's fine. You're just hungry. It's easy to go to another city, another state, and actually get food from places that is not your community, because you at least have a chance to rest and have a roof over your head. I know it doesn't seem like it, but food is not really that important. Home is very important. Um, food just might cause you death if you don't eat it. I know, but you'll also die if you're homeless. The only reason why then people don't die from lack of housing that then makes you think it's not really as important as food is because they do have some housing in that sense. They get into a building, they stay in a coffee shop for the day, and then at night they just wander around. See, you're still getting shelter. But if that person had to stay outside all day, I know we used to live in caves in nature. I don't mean that. But then see, aren't you still getting into some caves? Come on, you get the point. We're still getting into some building-like structure, some sort of box, roof, basically. It doesn't matter what it's made of. If we were to just roam around, just stand outside all day, and we have all the food in the world, you're gonna die. It's too much psychological torture. Your body can't handle it. Your feet would hurt. Your health would diminish. You also don't have a place to go and use restrooms. See, you are gonna die and have disease. So I don't want you to think that riot housing is not as important as food. It is. You really would die if you're homeless. It's just that people are taking advantage of the infrastructure that allows as a customer for you to just enter their buildings during the day. That's the only way homeless survive. But if everybody said, right, you cannot access these places, you can't just sit at a Barnes and Noble or library or ride this bus stop shed or exactly, people would die. You know? You can't just walk all day. You might be like, why don't we go to the woods then maybe? Exactly. It's illegal to even stay in places like woods. You see what I mean? But let's say you're saying that maybe an evil government like now doesn't make it illegal to at least go to the woods. Exactly. The person still doesn't have a place to pass feces and urine. If they get sick, they don't have a way to be around people. If they need food and drink like that, you're still gonna die in those woods. Okay, humans always have to build something, build some nice little house. Adam and Eve had to build something. And then they had to go, after they've already rested in that nice structure that protected them from the pests and the animals and the weather and the hot sun, all these horrible things of the environment. At least their body is rested because they have that box, okay, over their body. Then they're not like animals. Then they go. Now they look for food and hunt and gather. You see what I mean? So they would not have the energy to go hunt and gather if they didn't have some box over their body. But now these evil governments won't let homeless build anything for themselves, even in places we as a society don't even need. It's not someone's house. It's not someone's business. It's a faraway place no one could care less about. They'll bring a cop to you and chase you out. What is going on? You know? So you're going to start to see even those basic places, who knows, become a problem. But God obviously has to protect his creation. He'll always let them access public places, at least in the meantime, until that prophet arrives.